Hoo-hoo, little friends! Can you hear the gentle flutter of wings and the whisper of a story drifting through the air? Snuggle in, get comfy, and join me for another enchanting adventure filled with wonder, laughter, and a sprinkle of magic. In a little mountain village, tucked high among the clouds, where winter snowflakes danced like tiny fairies and summer wildflowers painted the hills in every color, lived two inseparable friends, Sophie Brightwood and Clara Rivers. Both were 8 years old, and their houses stood side by side, each with a wooden fence and a garden that bloomed with daisies, tulips, and sweet-smelling roses. Sophie had curly golden brown hair and a laugh that bubbled like a mountain brook. Clara's sparkling green eyes and quick steps made her the fastest runner in their whole school. They loved exploring every nook and cranny of their mountain home, the secret footpaths, the echoing valleys, and the winding trails that seemed to whisper stories to those who listened. One crisp autumn morning, as they skipped down the cobbled path to school, Sophie suddenly stopped. Something glittered under a cluster of ferns by the roadside. She bent down and gasped. "Clara, look," she whispered. In her hand lay a tiny golden key, glimmering as if it held sunlight inside. Its handle was carved with delicate stars, and it felt strangely warm to the touch. "It's like something out of a fairy tale," Clara breathed. Sophie turned it over in her hand. "Maybe it opens a treasure chest." They exchanged a look, the kind of look that meant adventure. Without another word, they decided to keep the key a secret until after school. That afternoon, homework finished in record time. They met beneath the great oak of Willow Glen, an ancient tree whose branches spread like a giant green umbrella. Sophie had tucked the golden key safely into her pocket. "Let's start at Silverbrook Stream," Clara suggested. "The old mountain tales say magic hides there." The two set off, backpacks bouncing, boots crunching on fallen leaves. When they reached the stream, the water sparkled like liquid crystal. They peered into its rippling depths and searched along its mossy banks, giggling as they splashed each other. But no chest appeared. "Maybe it's further up the mountain," Sophie said, brushing wet leaves from her hair. Their next stop was the Whispering Hollow, a mysterious cave where the wind made voices sound like they came from far-off lands. Clara's voice wobbled slightly as she said, "What if the key opens a hidden door in here?" Inside, the shadows danced on the walls. Strange glowing mushrooms lit the way like tiny lanterns. But they found no lock, no door, just the whisper of the wind. Sophie took Clara's hand. "We'll find it, together." The girls climbed higher, passing sunlit meadows where goats grazed lazily and eagles circled in the blue sky. The air grew cooler and the shadows stretched long. Just as the sun began to sink, turning the clouds gold and pink, they reached Old Willow Peak. There, at the very top, stood a great, twisty willow tree. Something caught Sophie's eye. A small, rusty box half buried in the tree's gnarled roots. And on the front was a lock shaped exactly like the stars on their key. "This is it," Clara cried. With trembling hands, Sophie slid the key into the lock. It turned with a soft click. The lid creaked open. Inside wasn't gold or glittering jewels, but a small leather-bound book, its pages dusty with age. On the first page, written in swirling, careful handwriting, were the words, "This book belongs to the children of Willow Peak. Guard its secrets and care for the mountain we call home." The book was filled with beautiful hand-drawn maps of the mountain, sketches of wildflowers, notes about animal tracks, and secret trails only the bravest explorers knew. Clara tilted her head. "I thought we'd find treasure," she admitted softly. Sophie smiled. "We did. It's not shiny treasure. It's a treasure for everyone who loves the mountain." The next day they showed the book to their teacher, who was so inspired that she helped them start a Mountain Guardians Club at school. Soon, all the children were planting trees, cleaning streams, and exploring nature together, using the book as their guide. And from that day on, Sophie and Clara knew true treasure isn't gold or gems. It's the joy you share and the beauty you protect. And that, my friends, is today's story. Until next time, keep your feathers fluffed and your hearts full of wonder,